Hello, and welcome to this webinar on understanding children's worries and fears. I'm going to help explain the science behind these feelings and how you as parents can help and how we as a school can support you. It's not unusual for children to have worries and fears. It is part of normal childhood development and making sense of the world. Common fears can be such things as the dark, monsters, being apart from mum and dad and carers, and coming to school. This webinar will help you understand and support your child through their worries. When a child is worried or fearful, there are changes within the brain. The alarm centre or caveman part of the brain, that's called the amygdala, is usually kept in place by the thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that regulates emotions and responses. When we are fearful, this part of the brain flips open, allowing the amygdala to take over. And it's the amygdala that causes the body to go into fight, fright or freeze mode. The thinking brain is unable to work. What happens sometimes is, though, when we don't need to be frightened and there's perceived danger, we can still feel the anxiety and we can still have these fight, flight or freeze responses. A great way to explain what is happening is through this video by emotional coaching, the hand model of the brain.
Ever felt a big reaction to something and not known why? Here's a way to help you understand your brain and manage your behaviour. The hand model of the brain. The bottom of your hand represents the brainstem and is involved with the automatic physical processes that keep us alive, like breathing and our heart rate. Your thumb is your limbic system, and with your brainstem forms part of your emotional brain. This helps you to manage and understand your feelings and stress responses. The outside of your hand and fingers are your cortex, or your thinking brain. When the thinking and emotional brain work together, it's easier to manage your emotions, talk with others, and problem solve. But if you feel surprised, unsafe or scared, your emotional brain takes immediate action. It can act much faster without working with your thinking brain, so you flip your lid. If you're in real danger, acting fast can help keep you safe, and that's really important. And then when the danger has passed, your lid comes back on. Your thinking brain is back in control. But sometimes we flip our lids when we don't need to. How we think and behave isn't helpful. You can practice putting your lid back on by breathing slowly or by spending time with someone you trust. This tells your emotional brain you are safe, and it can work with your thinking brain again. Now your whole brain can help you manage your behaviour and your feelings.
Okay, so now we understand what's happening within our brain. What signs will you see when a child is worried? There's a number of different signs. You have physical signs. They might say they've got stomach ache, headache, their breathing might be a little bit faster. There's the emotional signs. They could get a little bit irritable. They could get snappy, they could become clingy, or they could feel sad. And then you have your behavioural signs. There could be changes in their sleep patterns. They could be sleeping less or more. Eating may change. They may avoid going to places that they previously enjoyed in social interactions, and they may become withdrawn. Okay, so now you can see some of these things happening with your child. Then you need to know what it is that you can do to help. And there are a number of ways you can help at home. Actually, validating and acknowledging the feelings that your child is having is a good way to start. It's saying you can see that you are feeling scared and that it's okay and I'm here. Being able to model calm behaviour Children learn by watching and modelling your behaviour. Making sure you create routines and predictable schedules. It's really important that children have clear routines. It reduces uncertainty and helps children feel secure. This is especially true of SEND children. Try and normalise the feeling that actually feeling worried and fearful, that we all have those feelings, that sometimes you felt like that and that it's actually okay. Maybe you could share some of the times that you have felt frightened with your child. The most important thing is to learn some strategies for self-help. It's a life skill that can be carried into adulthood. So show your child how to relax and use deep breathing to slow the heart rate and feel calmer. You can explain the science behind what is happening in their body using the hand model so that they can see why they are feeling the way they do. And encourage your child to talk and problem solve. One of the techniques I used to use with my children was to say at the end of the day a low point and a high point that they'd had during that day, something good and something sad. That way they will learn to share their emotional experiences with you and you can discuss it with them. Okay, so if things aren't getting any better, what do you do next? One of the most important things is to come and talk to us at school. Let the teacher know. Don't suffer alone. Tell your child's teacher because we can help you in school. You can also speak to the senior mental health lead and we can put into place a plan and strategies together to support you and your child. And if things are really tricky, then you can get professional help. We can refer to the mental health support team and also to child and adolescent mental health services. Thank you for watching. If you'd like any further information or support, please do not hesitate to get in contact with me via phone, through the office, or by email. Thank you.